What is up, my fellow Homo sapiens? It is I, Willie Cage, back at it with another review. And what am I going to bless y'all with today? What if I told you? Well, if you didn't read the title, but what if I told you it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie. Well, I don't know if there was a cartoon, but the live action movie. You know what I'm saying. This one right here. And if you haven't seen it, do you live on planet Earth? Because this movie is hella old, and everybody loves the Ninja Turtles. I don't even know if I should break down who they are, because everybody knows them, but I'll do it anyway, you know, just in case there's some youngsters out there that don't know our heroes in a half shell. You know, back when I was very young, and I had a VHS tape player, you know, the TVs, and I also had, like, it was built in. There was a few movies that I always played on repeat. One of them was E.T., the other one was Pinocchio, and there was two more, and it was the first two movies of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And man, oh man, did I watch them 1,000,000,001 times. So, you know, I'm a bit of a professional when it comes to talking about the movie. In the off chance you haven't seen the movie and you don't know what it's about, fret not, my fair people, because I am here. Also, side note, the lighting is a bit weird today, so I don't know what's up with it. My phone's off the hizzle. But maybe it'll fix, maybe not. Anyway, so what is the story about? Well, it opens up with our good friend, good buddy old pal, April O'Neil. You know, she's a news broadcaster. And she's talking about how New York City is being destroyed by this gang organization, unknown to the people. You know, they're lying, cheating, stealing, robbing people, all the dirty, nasty stuff that gangs do. And unfortunate for the people, the police, well, they're kind of useless. Kind of like real life. And while that's going on, and she ends her broadcast, you know, April O'Neil, she's a news reporter. News reporters do what news reporters do, and they got to get the scoop, you know? So she finds out from the grapevine that it's no ordinary gang they're dealing with here, but rather an ancient organization of ninjas called the Foot Clan. So, you know, gangs are crazy, but a secret organization of ninjas, even crazier. So who could save the day? You know, the police are there. They're taking L's. April O'Neil's just trying to do her thing, trying to get her news report. Who's going to save the day? Well, let me tell you, my fair people, it's not just one who, not two, not three, but four, and like an assistant one over here. But four heroes in a half shell, that is. And they are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, if you still don't know who the Ninja Turtles are and you're thinking, Willie Cage, who are they? Blah blah blah. Well, honestly, you must be living under a rock, because they all have met the Power Rangers, right? And they also have met Batman. So if you still don't know who they are, I guarantee you know the Power Rangers, and I guarantee you at least know Batman. Therefore, shame on you for not knowing the Ninja Turtles, all right? Iconic. Jeepers creepers. People like you disgust me. If you don't know who they are. If you do, obviously, and high five. Woo! But anyway, I will give a brief description of them. Up first, we have the leader in blue. Who is he? Well, he is Leonardo. You know, he wears a blue, I don't even know, I think they're bandanas or headbands, I don't know. It covers their eyes though. And he wields two katanas, not one, but two. Yeah. Up next, we have Donatello. He is in purple. Very smart man right there. Instead of having two katanas, he has a bow staff. He's very smart and uses a lot of technology. You know, that's more in the shows, though. Shows it a little bit in this movie, but, you know. Up next, we have Raphael. Raphael wears red. He has two sai, and he's pissed off all the time. Well, not all the time. He just gets pissed off. He gets pissed off very easily, very enraged, acts on his anger a lot, you know. Sometimes costs him, but that's who he is. And of course, if you see my other video, you know that I saved the best for last. And who that may be? Who is it, you may ask? None other than Michelangelo. Yes, he is the party dude. You know, he's the comic relief. Well, I mean, they all have like a bit of comic relief to them. They're all goofy here and there, but Michelangelo's like the one for that, you know? He wields nunchucks, king of nunchaku, the art of wielding nunchucks. And, you know, goofy, and loves pizza. All of them love pizza, but he loves it the most. Maybe not, I don't know. Now, I don't want to give a play-by-play of everything that goes down second by second in the movie, so you know how these things go. Let's check out what I enjoyed about this movie. Woo! Woo! And I gotta say, when it came to this movie, the soundtrack was finger-licking good, especially this song right here. But you know, from the opening song to the songs in the middle to the last song to everything, even the one, actually there's not one, but there's multiple. But the fight scene that goes down in April O'Neil's apartment, which we'll get to later, has an awesome soundtrack to it. But besides the soundtrack, this movie deals with, it shows like very serious moments and also very goofy moments at the same time. Like at the start of the movie, Master Splinter, which is their father, forgot to mention Master Splinter. But Master Splinter is trying to teach them to meditate, you know, trying to get them in the ninja mindset, because that's what they are, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But also in that word, teenage, you know, so they're not mature. Splinter and Leonardo are meditating. Michelangelo's in the background ordering pizza. And not only that, he throws on the radio and what comes up? Tequila. And they just start dancing. So, you know, that's pretty funny to me. That's my type of comedy right there. Not too long after that scene, there's another pretty goofy moment. So Raphael, you know, he gets pretty pissed off and he leaves to find his other side. Leonardo's sitting back with Master Splinter talking about who knows what. I think they're still meditating, whatever. But Michelangelo and Donatello are waiting for pizza. I know what you're thinking. What, a pizza guy delivering 4 mutants? Well, 2 in this case. Pizza and not freaking out. Well, they live in the sewers, my fair people, so they're not up on the ground walking around. They're waiting underneath the sewers. So the pizza guy comes out, finds the place after, like, you know, he's late, but he finds the place, gives them the pizza, and gets gypped $3. And we get this amazing quote right here.
Wise man say, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Now, not too long ago, when I said we had 4 heroes and like a half one, who is that half one? Well, he's not a turtle, a teenage, or a mutant, but rather he is a regular dude. Yep, just a regular guy, but no regular dude. He is a pro athlete, or at least he almost went pro, and his name is Casey Jones. He's big, he's strong, he looks like King Kong. Not really, he's just like some huge dude that's like really good at sports, really athletic, and you know, kicks shell. Meet him when Raphael's like out looking for his sai, and 2 thieves rob a girl for their purse, I believe, and he kind of just trips them, and Casey Jones comes out like a maniac and just wants to Mortal Kombat brutality them. But, you know, Raphael kind of stops him, which is funny, because in the very OG comics, there's a similar situation how they meet. Raphael gets pissed off, leaves, and Casey Jones watches like a bunch of like crime movies, you know, so he gets super inspired, gears up, and basically tries to become like, it's basically Kick-Ass before Kick-Ass. He goes out and he just starts beating the living hell out of these dudes until Raphael comes out and he's like, yo, chill, bro, chill. Anyway, basically in the movie, you know, Raphael has to like be like, yo, take it easy, man. You know, you can't just go around killing people. But other than Casey Jones, they do also have another companion, April O'Neil. She's not really a fighter person. She's the news broadcaster, like I said. And she more or less assists the turtles, you know, helps them try to find out information. She helps them by letting them stay in her apartment when they need to, you know, just the little things that matter. Thank you, April O'Neil. But, you know, like I said before, there are bad guys in this movie. You know, we're not just dealing with only these ninjas. You know, clans have leaders. So who is the leader of the Foot Clan? None other than Master Shredder. The big bad of the Ninja Turtles. Basically this big dude that kind of wears like iron samurai gear and just whoops ass. No mercy. Strike first, strike hard. Cobra Kai. Doesn't keep his word. Lie, cheat, steal, like I said before. But you know, he's no dummy. You know, he's not Bebop and Rocksteady. That's not in this movie. But rather, very intelligent. And he knows that he needs his, you know, foot soldiers, foot ninjas, to do what they do, you know, cause chaos, so, you know, that he could rule and take over. But who are the foot ninjas, you know? Who are the foot ninjas in this movie, at least? They are basically like young kids, like 13, nothing past that, really. But basically like young teenagers, you know, and they just misled. You know, they have probably didn't have no father figures, or maybe wasn't raised in the best way. You know, so Master Shredder's there to fill the place. You know, they want to please Master Shredder. You know, so they could get their attention. But not only that, he gives them this like little hideout, and it's basically like if you ever watch Pinocchio, you know, when he goes to that island, they could do anything. They have all the games, and they could smoke, drink, do this, do that. That's basically where they are. They have like the arcade, smoke, drink, do this, do that, but they also have like an underground fight club because they are ninjas and they do need to, you know, whoop candy ass when needed. So amongst these foot soldiers, there is one important one here, and his name is Danny. I can't remember the last name, but Danny is the son of April O'Neil's boss, right? And he basically, you know, he's in the foot ninja, but he's like conflicted, you know, because he knows he's doing bad and he doesn't really want to, but he feels like it's all he really has, you know. He doesn't have a good relationship with his father, so he's out doing what he's doing. But, you know, with the foot and Master Shredder, we also have the second in command, Master Tatsu, and he's basically like Shredder but less powerful and not as cool looking because Shredder has all that iron samurai gear with like his hooks and everything. But you know, he's still pretty cool. Basically lays down the law. He's like more or less just filling the kids' heads with lies to obey them. Which could be a hit or miss. I mean, I enjoy the character, but in the comics and in the original cartoon, like the first one that came out, they had Baxter Stockman, you know. He was like a crazy, I don't know if I think it was a scientist or like somebody that just built machines. And basically he was just Shredder's bitch the whole time and just did whatever he said. Also in the movie, we do have epic training montage. One of them. I think there's one. Towards the end of the movie, you know, when the Master Splinter does get kidnapped, so what do? They gotta G up, you know, they gotta get ready. Got to get their XP, they got to get their level up points and everything. So they have their training montage. You know, every epic movie has a training montage. Karate Kid, every single Rocky, third choice. So does the Ninja Turtles. And they're training with Casey Jones and everything. They have awesome music going on. Another thing that is super groovy with this movie is the fight scenes. You know, when it comes to movies, especially like martial art related movies, fight scenes can sometimes be iffy, like Iron Fist. But when it came to this, especially with the time being, especially with the costumes that they're wearing, the costumes are a bit goofy, but you know, you gotta think at a time that's, you know, that's what they gotta do, you know what I'm saying? No judgment there, but they still look cool. But they're still doing all those fighting scenes with impaired with that fucking turtle mask and costume. Gotta give credit where credit's due. You know, they're fighting waves of foot ninjas in one scene. Casey Jones comes out, helps them. The house is burning up. You know, this movie got it all. So I know what you're thinking. Is there anything you didn't like? And honestly, not really. To be honest, I mean, there's a few things that I could have preferred, rather had. But I mean, like, one of the things is, like I said about the second in command, what was it? Master Tatsu. You know, I'd prefer Baxter Stockman. Because not only, like, yeah, they're thinking, well, that guy's kind of wimpy. At least this dude's, you know, laying down the law and beating up the kids and, like, fights, puts up a pretty good fight with Casey Jones. Baxter Stockman couldn't do that. Well, I mean, no, but Baxter Stockman did have those, they're called Mausers or something like that, Mausers. Anyway, like, these machines with, like, sharp-ass teeth that, like, are in his control. And he can build some other stuff, you know. Smart man up here, so, you know, we have a lot of bronze on the evil side. Could have used a little brains, you know? Another thing I didn't like, I would have preferred, is this movie didn't have Bebop and Rocksteady. Come on now. Two classics. I mean, when we get to the second movie, it'll be more of a problem in a sense. Kind of like a plus or negative, but so we'll kind of skip over that, but you know, no Bebop or Rocksteady in here. And honestly, that's all I gotta really say for that. I mean, except for one that I did. Actually, there's one thing I didn't like. The kid, Danny, I think was his name. I don't know. April O'Neil's boss's son. I said it before. I just feel like he was super annoying. Unnecessary for me. I mean, in the story, he kind of plays a part, but I mean, they could have just threw him out and it would have been something like slightly different, but probably a little better. Because I don't know. I just feel like to me, he's super annoying. Other than that, maybe the Foot Clan being like super young kids, but not too much to care about. But you know, would have preferred like some jack dudes instead of like 13-year-olds. Pause. You know, I think that's about all I really got to say about this. You know, it's a pretty good movie. It's Ninja Turtles. Got martial arts, got fighting, got funny stuff. Also, I want to say, that pizza dude in the beginning was straight up capping, bro. He said he couldn't find... He said the reason he was late is because he couldn't find the address because it was like, I don't know, the number was like 135 and a half or something like that. And as he's handing the pizza to Michelangelo, he's just like, hey, he gives him, he's like, you're $3 short, you know? He's like, I couldn't find this place. But if you watch the if you watch the scene, this fool pulls up, and within 2 seconds of parking his bike, he finds the sewer of where it was going. So, you know, cap.
Yeah, 122 and an 8. 122 and an 8. Terrific. Where the heck is 122 and an 8?
You're standing on it, dude. Just slip it down here.
But, yep, that's about it for this movie, my fair people. Now, I know what you're saying. Willie Cage. What do you rate it, man? Should we watch it? Should we not watch it? Gerbil, gerbil this, gerbil, gerbil that. Well, my fair people, just sit back and relax. Take it easy. I'm getting there, all right? I'm getting there. So, of course, on the mighty Willie Cage rating system, from 1 to 10, what do I rate this movie? Well, I'm going to go ahead and rate it a 8.5 out of 10. And why do I say that? Well, you got to give a little slack on this movie when it comes to like the graphics and the costumes and whatever. And, you know, once you do that, this movie's pretty good. I don't really have much to complain about. It's funny. It's not supposed to be some super serious like Equalizer or John Wick movie, but it does have that, you know, the element of seriousness when it's needed. But it's a fun movie to watch, you know, pass the time by pretty fast. Watch it with a group of friends, watch it alone, you know, who cares? Watch it with whoever you want. But, you know, it's the Ninja Turtles. Everyone loves the Ninja Turtles. I don't think I found one person that hates the Ninja Turtles. I do know one person that didn't know the Ninja Turtles, though. Hopefully he watches this, and maybe he'll watch the movie. But, you know, I can't complain. The soundtrack was pretty awesome, like I said in the beginning. The fight scenes, wicked awesome. The final fight scene with the Shredder, wicked awesome. Not much to really complain about, like I said. Just maybe a few things I would have preferred they did one way instead of another. But, you know, for me, this was like, maybe I'm just speaking and being a little too biased because I watched this movie a million times when I was a kid. And the second movie. But, you know, you came to here and watch me review it, so take my word or don't take my word. It's up to you. I prefer it. Watch it. And if you don't watch it, we're going to have a problem, all right? Other than that, can't really say much. Maybe we'll get that part 2. I don't know if I would review the third movie. I could try. You know, if we do part 2 and you fools like it, I can maybe go to the part 3. Unless you want me to skip over and go right to the Michael Bay movies or like the 3D animated one before the Michael Bay ones. I think that was like 2004, 2006 maybe. Either way, that could be coming up. Other than that, I don't know, not really much to say. You know, go have a good day, enjoy yourself. Love, peace, chicken grease. Willie Cage out.